Okay. Are you guys ready for this? Let's have some fun with the Mary Sue. Avengers Endgame exposes how Marvel can't handle powerful women. By the way, spoilers for Avengers Endgame apparently. So if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, you might not want to watch this part. From what I've been told about Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, it was established in her solo movie that she's one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's whole universe. Yet people are feeling as if the character was undeserved in Avengers Endgame, along with the rest of Marvel's women. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The women literally had an entire forced moment where all the women were together, charging forward. I mean, I'm not saying that was a great moment. There's a much better way they could have handled that, but it's pretty clear that they were definitely trying to give the Marvel's women some attention. I mean, I'm totally fine with that, but I just don't think that moment was executed properly. You know, the moment from the film where all the women kind of like suddenly are there together. But there were a lot of awesome moments in the movie for women. Black Widow literally sacrificed her life so that they could get the Soul Stone. If she had done that, then they would not have been able to defeat Thanos. They would not have been able to bring all the other women back. Wow. Full disclosure, I personally haven't seen Captain Marvel, and part of that delay has been that despite all the overall importance of the movie, importance of Captain Marvel, there's literally nothing important about Captain Marvel at all. In terms of there finally being a female standalone superhero and movie, are you forgetting about Wonder Woman that came out like 2 years prior? Yeah, that movie exists. Is that I'm not personally interested in the character, and I am not seeing how another white, cis, unconfirmed queer heroine is moving the representation needle in any real way. Do you guys see how these SJW lunatics are saying that women isn't good enough representation now? They are pushing the needle, the representation needle, or whatever that is. It isn't moving. They're pushing the needle. They're pushing the needle further away so that they can continue to have something to whine about. Captain Marvel isn't good enough for the SJWs anymore. We saw that with this, this petition. These people are nuts. It's hilarious. I'm not discounting the meaning of it for fans, and I know plenty of women of color who love Carol and all the queer hype around her hair and subtext. What the heck? But to me, all that support with that's really actually really funny because I don't really want to stereotype, but like when I saw her new haircut in Avengers Endgame, I was like, is she like a lesbo now or something or what? No, man. All that support with subtext is why the Russo brothers, though that queer moment in you spelled thought wrong, by the way. Why the Russo brothers thought that queer moment in Endgame was worth a damn. That being said, as a critic and someone who cares about representation and diversity, you're a critic, huh? You're a joke of a critic. How I feel about Carol doesn't matter when looking at how her treatment exposes the issues within the MCU. Watching Carol in Endgame, I understood why they put her off-world. It's a lazy writing technique, and considering that the end credit scene in Infinity War was all about summoning her, I don't think it does justice to the hype around her. However, as people said, post-Captain Marvel actually coming out, having Carol there sort of leaves no room for the other heroes to be anything in a movie that's supposed to send off many of them. It's a hole they dug. But there it is. It shows just how white and male the earlier phases were and how much better they need to do. How dare there be white males in these movies? White males are the problem of society. Still, at least Carol is gone because she's trying to help save the universe. Yeah, Earth is not important enough for Carol. She has to save the universe. Duh. I mean, come on. Why isn't Okoye in the movie? She was in the movie. Okay. Did you not see the movie? I couldn't tell you. It was bad enough. Fans had to fight for Deny, or however you pronounce her name, to be acknowledged properly in early posters. Let's see here. Oh, man. Are you guys having fun with this article yet? This is a great time. This is like comedy. This is comedy gold right here. This article. It wasn't even made clear who was running Wakanda post-Infinity War, despite the fact that the majority of the fighting in that movie took place there, and we know from visual confirmation that both T'Challa and Shuri were lost in the snap. But the only confirmation about Queen Ramonda is at the end with their children, with no mention whether she was snapped with them or not. How dare they not address if every single character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was snapped or not? How dare they? We only see Okoye in one scene, despite her being on Earth and a part of Natasha's squad, and there isn't even an explanation offered that she's not coming to help because of Wakanda. She's just forgotten until the big damn hero scene in the final act. I gotta take a drink. My voice. Oh, this is slaughtering my voice, but it's way too much fun. Despite the group shot of all the women of the MCUs together around Carol, the issue is bigger than her. It's so much bigger than her. It has to do with the fact that they think these moments make up for the lack of diversity in the universe overhaul. Because apparently Black Widow isn't good enough? She doesn't even like Black Widow? Wow. That's really sexist. I'm offended. I'm offended. How dare you not like Black Widow, you sexist? You misogynist, you racist. Bringing back Gamora from a different timeline doesn't matter if they fringed her in the first place, and in this same movie kill off another woman in almost the same way. But her dying, I don't even like Black Widow, but her dying for Clint's family was cringe. She deserved better than that. Yeah, how dare she die for other people? Women are so much better than that. They're so much stronger than that. Women don't sacrifice themselves. That's so below women, right? Despite the fact that any actual strong woman sacrifices themselves every day for other people by serving people and helping other people, like, come on. Any good mom has sacrificed her time for her kids. That is what a true strong woman does. Carol being overpowered in comparison to the other heroes is both a blessing and a curse. It's great to have a woman in this universe with that kind of power, but as we learned from Superman and Thor, all that means is writers finding ways to tone them down so that the movie isn't over too soon. I was happy seeing her in Endgame, and while I empathize with those who feel disappointed that they got almost no Carol in this movie, I definitely was not disappointed by that. I had all of 0 women of color on my screen, unless you include Gamora. What are you talking about? What about Valkyrie? Did you forget about Valkyrie? What about Shuri? Did you forget about Shuri? What about Okoye? Did you forget about Okoye? What are you talking about? No, 0 women of color on your screen unless you include Gamora. Oh my freaking gosh. Did you watch the movie? Are you really that stupid? Thank goodness for Nebula holding it together. Well, Nebula's blue. Doesn't that count? Or are you prejudiced against blue people? Otherwise, we would have left the pre-snap part of the story with no good female storylines. Marvel has to step up. Marvel has to step up. We have stuck with them through highs and lows and have supported their vision, carrying the weight of queer representation when canon doesn't. What on earth? Carrying the weight of queer representation when canon doesn't. What does that even mean? That also requires having the same energy for representation when it comes to all women and LGBTQ characters. Sorry, LGBTQ plus characters. Oh, man. My voice is dead. But wow, what an article. What an article. It's hilarious.